In the heart of New York, nestled among historic buildings, stood Lancaster Avenue, a neighborhood that had retained its beauty but concealed deep secrets within its walls. The Whitmore Mansion was the most magnificent structure on these streets, but behind its stone walls, it held far more than just a legacy passed down through generations. Eliza Whitmore was a 32-year-old successful attorney. She was calm, meticulous, and intelligent. But what truly shaped her was what her grandfather, Harrison Whitmore, had always told her. Justice will find its place sooner or later, but instead of waiting for it, you must have the courage to make it happen. After her grandfather's death, her family assured her that everything had been settled. But Eliza felt something was missing. This suspicion grew even stronger when she received a mysterious letter. Eliza recalled the place where she had spent the most time in her childhood, the grand library of the Whitmore Mansion. The next day, she carefully searched the bookshelves. Behind the dusty books, she noticed an old wooden panel slightly out of place. When she pressed against it, a faint mechanical click was heard, and a hidden safe emerged from the wall. As she opened the safe, her eyes widened. Inside lay her grandfather's original will. The document that had been presented to the family was a fake. Eliza met with the family's accountant, John Harper, to piece together the clues. "Do you suspect my grandfather's will was altered?" she asked. Harper avoided her gaze. "I'm not supposed to discuss this, but some records are missing." She then spoke with her grandfather's former secretary, Rose Cartwright. Rose took a deep breath before whispering, "Your grandfather was an honest man, Eliza. But before he died, he was troubled. He said he didn't want to change his will. But then suddenly, everything changed." As she dug deeper, Eliza discovered that shortly after her grandfather's death, Richard Whitmore had transferred millions of dollars into offshore accounts. She now had undeniable proof. It was time for justice. When the lawsuit was filed, the New York press turned its focus to the massive scandal. The Whitmore family had been considered reputable for years, but this case changed everything. The documents presented in court conclusively proved that Richard Whitmore had altered the original will to steal the inheritance. The judge ruled that the real will must be enforced. Richard Whitmore was convicted of inheritance fraud and financial misconduct, resulting in a prison sentence. For Eliza, this wasn't just a legal victory, it was a battle to clear her grandfather's name, honor her family's true legacy, and restore justice. As Richard was escorted out of the courthouse in handcuffs, reporters swarmed, cameras flashing, capturing the downfall of a once respected man. He looked around, his confident demeanor shattered, his eyes filled with regret and humiliation. Eliza watched from a distance, her expression unreadable. There was no triumph in watching someone fall, only the relief that justice had been served. She took a deep breath, knowing that this moment was the culmination of weeks of relentless pursuit. As she stepped out of the courthouse, reporters pushed microphones toward her, eager for a statement. She spoke just one sentence. "My grandfather taught me that justice is not something to wait for, it's something you fight for. Today I kept my promise to him." That night, as the city lights flickered outside, Eliza returned to the Whitmore Mansion. Entering her grandfather's old study, she placed the original will back into its rightful place inside the desk drawer. The weight of the past had lifted, but the lessons it carried would stay with her forever. She ran her fingers over the dusty wooden desk, taking a moment to reflect on everything that had happened. The mansion, once filled with uncertainty, now felt lighter, as if it too had been freed from the chains of deception. She walked to the large arched window and gazed out at the night sky. The stars above the city twinkled softly, and for the first time in a long time, she felt at peace. "Today, I honored your legacy," she whispered. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing and inspiring narratives. Stay tuned for our next story. See you soon.